What's up, East Texas? Welcome back to Beast Texas Breakdown. I'm Serenity Douglas, joined with Dan Millay. Now, we talk about all things sports. We really don't even have a system to it. But I want to go ahead and jump into something that I really care about.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
The University of Texas and how they pretty much beat the brakes off of Oklahoma. And I was there to witness it. My very first Texas and Oklahoma game as a fan.
Tell me, yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if maybe you did tell me that, but I hadn't really thought about that. You're first as a fan, because obviously you did the sports thing, you did the track thing. So, I mean, what was that like?
I did the sports thing, I did the track thing, and then I did the reporting thing.
Right.
But now it's like being a fan, it was fantastic. Very, very crowded. I don't think I was used to how many people it was and how close we all were. You know, you kind of think that you're going to get up there in the bleachers and at least the seat next to you isn't going to be occupied, but it is. No, every single seat.
The red Weavawavawee. I said that accidentally last weekend. Yeah, no, I mean, that's going to be a sellout, of course. You're not going to have an empty seat in that house.
Yeah, no, it wasn't empty, but it was fantastic. But seeing Quinn, Mr. Quinn Ewers, during his time away because of his oblique injury, his stomach injury, he struggled in the first two drives. And yeah, when I'm a fan, I'm one of those fans where I want it perfect every single time, and he was not giving perfect every single time. But I feel like he just needed some time to like warm up, and you could tell that he was kind of scared of getting hit a little bit, but then he really found his own. He started to trust himself, trust throwing deep, like, I mean, just all the things. People started to think, like, put Arch in. They started to chant putting Arch in. We were just feral out there. But, no, it was a great experience overall.
You weren't chanting, put Arch in?
No. If y'all saw me doing that, that was not me.
Okay, all right.
No. But, no, it was a great win. And then even just the state fair was just fantastic. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
If anybody could save up and pay for it, then I would highly suggest going.
Yeah.
I hate it when people are
bank for that one.
Literally, I hate it when people are like, "Oh, you should absolutely experience like the Super Bowl." Well, like, what if I could?
If somebody said that to me, I don't even know what I would say. I'd be like, "What planet do you live on?" Like, all right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great idea. I'll just go.
$1,700, absolutely.
Nonsense.
Yeah, but it was great. It was great. Now, in terms of some more old news, it's the Cowboys.
Yep.
47-9 loss to the Detroit Lions. It was absolutely embarrassing. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Jerry was bitter.
Yeah. I mean, he went on 105.3, if you guys didn't have a chance to see it. He went on 105.3, The Fan, like he does every single week, a radio cast, and he just talks. Pretty much, I guess he's contracted with them to come up there every week and just to like chit-chat with them. But they were asking tough questions. He doesn't want tough questions.
No.
He wants fluff.
Right.
He wants this to make it feel like he's just chopping it up with a bunch of friends, some old buddies, week after week, and they just, you know, talking. And it was not like that this time. They were really laying it on him. Like, why were you guys not more active during the off season? Why is this happening? At what point are you going to start questioning McCarthy's job? And he pretty much straight up said, that's not your job, and I'll find somebody else to ask questions if I have to.
Yeah, he said something about like the coaches' jobs not being in peril. I can't imagine that's 100% the case. I mean, no.
It can't be.
I mean, no. And I mean, since week 2, people have been like, wow, okay, so Mike McCarthy's done, right? Like,
yeah.
So I don't think that,
for sure.
How is that going to get quieter after, you know, your worst loss and who knows how long?
I mean, the worst loss in the Jerry Jones era.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. People have been asking, like, when is McCarthy done? I mean, and I think it's because he's in his last year of his contract, and it was not renewed. He's feeling like how a lot of those players were feeling during the offseason of like, where's my security? You know, during OTAs, and they're choosing not to show up because they're like, well, I want security. McCarthy doesn't have security.
No, you can't not show up.
Yeah, no, he can't not show up, so he doesn't have that option. He doesn't have that leverage. So I know he is feeling the hot seat, and Jerry Jones is for sure feeling a hot seat. He really just went in on the reporters. So we're just going to tune in next Tuesday. I think he does it every Tuesday. Tune in next Tuesday or Wednesday to see if he'll be back.
Yeah. I mean, looking back at the Cowboys, the bye week does come at a perfect time.
Yeah.
I mean,
they need it.
They need to figure things out clearly. Yeah, I mean, obviously I was working that Sunday and just looking at the score, you know, because we have multiple TVs, multiple games on. I'm working, I'm shooting a local college game, I'm doing this, and I just check in on the score. I said, what?
Yeah.
Like this, just shocked.
Yeah.
So clearly
this can't be.
No, right. Like, and the Lions aren't a bad team. I mean,
No.
they had a good year last year, kind of definitely surprised a lot of people. But still, I looked at that because the Cowboys are supposed to be a good team too.
I know.
And that's just not.
They have so much talent.
Yeah.
Now, we do have to acknowledge the point that, they were losing a lot of key playmakers on defense, like Micah Parsons. That is a huge one. He's an absolute dog.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence. They were missing Mr. Always will pick you off and take it all the way back for the 6, Deron Bland, as well to injury. So, it was tough for them all around, but no touchdown. I don't know. I kind of feel like we need to talk about that. So a couple interceptions. We need to discuss that. So, yes, a good bye week for them because they're going to have a very tough opponent next week, and that's the 49ers. Now, speaking of the 49ers, they're going to be facing off a nice little rematch with the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday. They just had a bye. People need byes before they face a team like the 49ers. It just is the way it is.
Yeah.
The 49ers is who the Chiefs took down to win the Super Bowl just last year, or this year. Last season.
Time flies when
I know. Last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to definitely need that bye, so we're going to see how that goes. But just for some more NFL topics, Davante Adams, he's back with his bestie, Aaron Rodgers, up there at the New York Jets.
Did I say that last week when we did this podcast? I said that to somebody.
That he will probably be
That he was going to team up with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he for sure is. And then we also talked about how Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with Coach Roberts from the Jets. His firing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Be so for real, Aaron. Let's be for real.
Let's be for real.
Yeah. So I also kind of feel like he had something to do with Davante Adams coming back over there.
Yeah.
He wanted to be released from the Raiders for a while.
It's not like it's a bad move. It's not like, oh man, why would Aaron Rodgers do this? It's like, well, because they had a lot of success together previously, and they clearly like playing together, and clearly the team could use some help on offense.
Absolutely. The Jets have kind of been struggling. This is arguably one of the best NFL duos in NFL history. So, you have connections there. And another trade that happened was Amari Cooper. He has bounced around from team to team to team. He was at the Raiders at some point, at the Browns, at the Cowboys, but he has now been trading to the Bills, coming from the Browns. The Browns is his most recent team. So Amari Cooper is just bouncing around. I don't mind bouncing around. Obviously, it's not his fault. The team is trading him. Yeah. And especially knowing a lot of NFL guys, as long as you can stay in there in the NFL, you're on the better side of things. Yeah. The moment you get dropped and nobody picks you back up, it's very, very difficult to get back in. So hopefully he finds a home for longer than 2 to 3 years. Yeah.
It just proves that at the very least he's wanted and he's valued what he brings. And we've talked about off camera about how how does this kind of thing happen? Maybe he's not beloved in the locker room, whatever. Obviously we don't know these things, but the fact that he does bounce around, like you said, it's not just bad experience, gets dropped, you don't hear from him again. It's like, oh, this team's taking a chance on him, this team's taking a chance on him.
Yeah.
And teams that are like good teams that have playoff aspirations and want to accomplish things like the Bills. So yeah, it says a lot about him, I guess, that despite whatever it is, doesn't allow him to settle with the team. He still has enough there that other teams are like, yeah, no, we'll take a chance on him.
Yeah, I agree. And then last for our NFL news, Russell Wilson is back for the Steelers. Now, Justin Fields has been playing, and Justin Fields has been doing pretty darn good. Yeah. And I was happy I like both of these quarterbacks a lot. I think they are great people in general. But Justin Fields was having a very, very tough time being the #1 pick and being at the Chicago Bears, and then just being let go to the Steelers because of obviously Caleb Williams, the #1 pick just last year, or just last season. This year and season throws me. But now he has been doing really well ever since Russell Wilson has been hurt, or at least getting a lot better plays. He's not exceptional.
No, right but now. He's doing enough. Just looking at what he did last Sunday, he didn't throw for any touchdowns, but he ran for 2. 14 of 24 for 145 yards is not anything unbelievable, but no interceptions. Like we said, the two touchdowns on the ground. You could certainly do a lot worse.
Yeah, I agree. And he has done a lot worse.
Yeah, true. It's true.
At the Bears, he has done a lot worse.
We've seen.
So, I mean, but look, Russell Wilson is back. Now the Steelers, they are not messy, and they are not saying like, oh, there's a QB1 battle over here.
No.
But it's also one of those things where it's like, there's obviously a QB1 battle over here, regardless on if they like each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some level of competition there.
Absolutely. So we're going to see how well he does. He was getting QB1 reps just at practice the other day. So they might be starting him this week. And in terms of some college football, we got Texas versus Georgia. Number 1 versus number 5.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like this is going to be the true test for Texas because, yes, they have faced two SEC teams now, Mississippi State and Oklahoma. However, Oklahoma by default just got into the SEC just like they did. Mississippi State is not a good team. They are not a good, we are now in the SEC test. And we have to be completely frank about that. But the argument that I like to use, they played the national champions, Michigan, in week 2, and they beat the brakes off them. But the point that everybody else argues is that Michigan is not the national championship team. Obviously, they do not have J.J. McCarthy, duh. But I will say, I think that Texas has more than proved themselves, but this will be the true test because Georgia, Carson Beck, Dylan Bell, they're going to have a test for sure. Oklahoma was a really good test. Their defense is insane. I feel like Texas wasn't getting anywhere until they were, and then it kind of felt like Oklahoma began to like give up. But it's going to be a really, really tough game, highly rated. Of course, it's at 6:30 prime time, and College Game Day will be there. The Pat McAfee show.
That's
and
cool.
Nick Saban.
Always wanted that.
I know, Kirk Herbstreit, like they're all going to be there to just hype this up even more. And it's in Austin.
Yeah.
So Texas might have home field advantage.
I mean, even with that, the Longhorns, according here to ESPN.com, they're only favored by 5 points.
I know.
Which, I mean, they're 6-0. They've passed every test. I mean, they beat the doors off of Oklahoma. Like, that was another one where I had to do a double take looking at the score. Like, they want the, huh? Yeah, but, I mean, you laid it all out there, and, I mean, this will be a really, really exciting game.
Yeah, it for sure will be. I mean, I watched the Georgia versus Alabama game, and oh my goodness, Alabama had a 30-7 win. Like, Georgia fans were leaving. Well, lead, actually, not win. But then they just came back.
Like a win.
They just came back all of a sudden, and then next thing you know, they passed them. It was like 34-32. And I was like, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. I know it's 1 a.m., but I'm like, am I seeing straight right now? So I think that they're going to come into this one tough. But what I like about this one, what's interesting about it, is that head coach of Texas, Steve Sarkisian, trained under Nick Saban, the GOAT, obviously at Alabama a long time ago. And for Kirby Smart, which is the head coach for Georgia, also trained under Nick Saban, the GOAT. So they both have like GOAT training. That's one. And then 2, they both have just like expertise being the head coach of their own Power 5 huge universities. So it's going to be really great. And then also Coach Sarkisian, when he was at Alabama, he recruited Carson Beck when he was on his visit and everything, highly recruited him. But he ended up flipping commitments to Georgia. So that'll be really, really interesting because it's one of those things where it's like, you can talk about a team all you want. Like, oh, we're going to beat Georgia, but you know that they're talented. You know that they were so talented to the point where you even recruited Carson Beck, which is the quarterback of Georgia. And you know what he can do. So it's going to be a tough one, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard.
It's going to be tough. I mean, like we said, Texas has just been proven, they've passed every test this year. That's what I'm trying to say. But this is the toughest.
This will be one of the toughest. And then we have some pretty tough ones after that, too. So, like, we face Georgia. First of all, we just faced Oklahoma, and then we face Georgia. And then we're going to be facing Vanderbilt, who is, like, taking down top teams for some reason.
Yeah, not a lot of gimmies in the SEC.
Yeah, no, not a lot of gimmies in the SEC. Florida and then Texas A&M. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
But keep on moving right along. The WNBA. Quick update on them. Their Game 3 went final yesterday with Liberty taking the lead 2-1. They won that game 80-77. Liberty has just been looking great. I already knew that Liberty had just amazing potential when they took down the Las Vegas Aces to even get to this level, which are the defending WNBA champions. So, I mean, they're going to be a tough team to beat. But Lynx, they're not rolling over. 77 points. It's going to be a tough one for them. And especially, I think they're going to keep going back with, like, tied and tied. It might end up going into, I don't know, a Game 6, Game 7. You never know. But with these ladies, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. And they beat them on their home court. Lynx's home court. So that's a tough one for them.
Yeah. And I mean, like you said, only a 3-point game. The Lynx won game 1, but they've lost 2 in a row since then. And even that, I mean, that was an overtime 2-point loss for the Liberty. But 30, well, let me just check one more time. I think 30 and 11 from Stewie. Yeah, Brianna Stewart, 30 and 11.
Man.
In 36 minutes.
She's crazy. She is insane.
That'll get it done.
Yeah. And their next game is tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
All right. Then we will see. And where is it? That's the next point.
Oh, my goodness.
It might be at Liberty tomorrow because it was at the Lynx just yesterday.
I think it's at the Lynx.
Oh, Lynx again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
The Target Center.
Interesting. Okay, Target Center. All right. Then we will see how that one wraps up. Now, we have to acknowledge this jersey here. And talk about the most current sports things happening, which is the World, well, not the World Series yet, but the NL.
Almost there.
I know, exactly. They're fighting to get to the World Series, the NLCS and ALCS.
Yeah.
All right. Give us the update, Dan. What is it? What do we need to know about your guy, Aaron Judge?
Well, I remember for sure last time we were here, I was talking about how everyone needs to get off Aaron's back, about how, he's not clutch in the postseason, whatever. Well, since then, he's kind of broken out a little bit. He can still do a little more, but it's tough when you're Aaron Judge because the bar is like here.
Yeah.
And everybody else's bar is like here. So if they do that, great. But if he does that, it's like, come on, man. But the Yanks are up 2-0 in their series. They're going back to Cleveland today. That game gets started pretty soon here. I mean, only an hour, a bit out from an hour, us recording here now. I'm pretty scared. I'm pretty scared, but it's not like, oh man, the Cleveland Guardians really scare me. It's like, man, how are the Yanks gonna mess this up? How are the Yanks gonna mess this up? And I said it, I'm pretty sure I said it when they were playing the Royals, but they were so much better than them. And, the Guardians are a great team. They, they won the Central and they had maybe the second best record in the American League, but the Yanks are better than them. They're so much better than them.
But sometimes that's the scariest thing.
I
when it's
know.
their potential. Now the only thing to do is to just not mess it up.
Yeah. Well, and then speaking of mess it up, on the National League side, the Mets could potentially be messing up the potential of a Subway Series. They're down 2-1. They lost, I think, 8-0 last night to the Dodgers.
Nothing.
They've lost 2 games in that series. They've been shut out. Yeah, 8-0 last night, and I think it was 9-1 or 9-0 in Game 1.
Ooh. They're really messing up this series.
They're messing up the potential Subway Series.
Do you think that they're going to come back?
They could. I mean, CS is a 7-game series as opposed to the DS, which is just best of 5. So they're not playing. No, they are playing today. They have prime time tonight, which I don't know how I feel about that. Them having prime time over the Yanks, but I get it. I guess. I mean, Yanks or Dodgers Mets is a great matchup, but New York Yankees. But, they play at City tonight. 7 our time, 8 their time. Who's pitching? That's always the question. That's what I always tell you. You're like, who's going to win this game today? Let me tell you who's pitching.
Look at the pitcher.
Look at the pitching matchup. Even last night,
Severino.
Yep. Jose Quintana was pitching.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay, so that's the preview. We previewed that last night. It's Yamamoto versus Quintana tonight.
How do you feel about that matchup?
Quintana's kind of a journeyman. He's been in the league for a long time. I have memories of him on the White Sox a couple years ago, I think, just pitching pretty well against the Yankees, me being like, what? What's going on? Yamamoto is, big money arm for the Dodgers. He got signed, I think, this offseason for 12 years, over $300 million.
Oh my gosh.
Despite having never thrown a pitch in Major League Baseball. And he was pretty mediocre in the regular season, and he's been pretty mediocre in the playoffs.
I need to go into baseball.